Now chapter 52, The Truth About Tzirim. Garen? She asked, clearly confused. Who? Odiana asked. Bree's brother, my first owner, Blaze said, not taking his eyes off Garen. I thought he was dead, the fairy said. We all thought he was dead, Bree stated. How are you alive? Garen smiled. Blaze, you look worn. Has Bree been rough on you? He asked, ignoring the question. You were a good wolf, but clearly more Bree's pet than mine. I'm not her pet, Blaze was almost growling. I'm her companion. Garen looked surprised. Of course, I meant no disrespect. How are you alive? Bree asked again. That is a long story, he said, rubbing his hands together. Is this the part of your epic tale where I reveal everything in a long monologue? I just want answers. He nodded, and you will get them. Why did you kill our parents? Garen's expression dropped. Regan was the one who slaughtered them, not me. Then why didn't you stop him, or kill him after? It's not in my nature to do that. Bree looked to Blaze, who shrugged. Not in your nature? To avenge the death of your parents? They became enemies when they decided not to only defend the king, but give up their connection to the ether and give it to you. They betrayed the cause. I don't understand. Garen sat down on the bottom tier. The ether is older than you, than me, the kingdom, the pirates, and even the elements and the fiends themselves. Bree slowly approached her brother. What do you know of the fiends? The pirates worship them. Every 6 years they held a ceremony where the fiends can connect with the world the easiest. Regan and his battalion of Royal Golian army troops, most loyal to him, arrived during such a ceremony. After Regan killed their captain and took command, he brought each and every one of us before their fiends to be judged, something unheard of in many years. They blessed Regan as a leader and killed most of the rest, including Toma, Shen's father. Garen suddenly stared off to the distance, lost in thought. They knew I was your brother and the best chance to regain control of the ether. I think they could predict that you would be sent away as the hero of Gol, although my blood wasn't as special as yours. Bree suddenly noticed that Garen looked sick. He was pale and shivered a bit. The fiends in the temple said not to trust you, she said. They told me that Tzirim was not who he claims to be. Garen gave a smirk and stood up. They did they? He now looked angry, very pale, but weak. If I could be truthful for a moment, I never wanted to kill you. I wanted you to succeed. If you didn't, I would use your blood to get what I want. Who are you, really? He groaned and leaned over slightly, wincing in pain. Your brother's body was the easiest way to maintain control over Regan and Gol. The elemental fiends did not agree with my plan, but I was born of the ether long ago, and I know what's best of this world. There was a sudden ripping sound as two large, hairy legs erupted from Garen's sides. Strange lines appeared on his face, and he grimaced in pain. I can no longer remain in this body, he said, his voice suddenly full of echo and malice. He fell to his hands and knees and cried out in agony. Blaze and Odiana backed away faster than Bree did. Two more hairy legs sprang from his sides, close to his hips. His scalp ripped open, revealing two large feather-like antennae coming off his forehead. His hands and arms split apart like a costume, revealing two bulky hairy arms extending in 4 clawed pincers. Two enormous fur-lined wings exploded out of his back, and then the rest of Garen's body peeled away. A long, scaly tail peeled out from the creature's back, revealing a very sharp point at one end. Two more hairy wings unfolded from underneath the first two and fluttered around his body. The face held large black eyes that glistened with a dark purple hue, and its mouth was a hooked beak with sharp pointy teeth. Fear surged all over Bree at the sight of this enormous monster that had just been inside her brother and now towered over her like a behemoth. It fluttered its wings, making a nauseating droning sound as it hovered in place to face the trio, glaring at them. This abomination that looked like a cross between a moth, a scorpion, and a giant leaned over and growled. Behold, it shrieked, making Bree's skin crawl. I am the true form of Tzirim, the dark fiend of Gol.